Marvel's timeline gets reshuffled and there's a brand new Batman movie coming out today called The Flash. I'm Lucas Pinkert and this is your Christian Nerd HQ download for June 15th, 2023.
Welcome to the Christian Nerd HQ download. The download.
AI technology is moving at a rapid pace, and that is bringing the discussion between the Writers Guild of America and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers to a crawl. With the SAG-AFTRA strike looking like it might hit in about 2 weeks' time, Marvel is already reshuffling the deck, pushing back MCU films and series from 6 months to a year based off their D23 times that we got just a few months ago. Further complicating things at the table is the crossover for talent like Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds is a member of the WGA, a member of SAG-AFTRA, and like many who have played iconic characters for a long time, he's also a producer. Hopefully all parties can find some kind of resolution before summer hits so that we don't get any more delays and so that the writers and actors are protected against the advancements coming in AI so that their likenesses and styles aren't able to be used without them being compensated for it. The most anticipated movie of the summer releases today. DC's The Flash has been surrounded by controversy, not just because of Ezra Miller's legal troubles, but also because a lot of fans are arguing about whether this is a movie about The Flash or whether this is a movie about Batman. With Michael Keaton donning the cape and cowl for the first time in 30 years, fans of all ages are beyond stoked, and many theaters are already sold out throughout the weekend as the Flash movie features many different Batmans across different timelines. One of the most famous Batman quotes of all time is "I am vengeance," with many of the different Batman iterations defining justice in their own terms. The idea of vengeance is one that is appealing to a lot of us, and every time I think about this, I'm taken back to what Paul writes in the book of Romans chapter 12. Romans 12:19 says this, "Friends, do not avenge yourselves, instead leave room for God's wrath, because it is written, 'Vengeance belongs to me, I will repay,' says the Lord." Giving people what we feel they deserve may feel good in the moment, but ultimately not only is it unsatisfying, but it's also unbiblical. If we were to do what we think is right, especially when we've taken offense to something, our justice looks a lot like the original sin and offenses that were committed against us in the beginning. We have to remember that each and every one of us is deserving of God's ultimate justice, and yet His justice and wisdom are so much greater than ours that He believed it was just to send His one and only Son to die for us on the cross that we might have the opportunity for forgiveness. While many times in our lives it may be appealing for us to look at Batman's line, "I am vengeance," and to want to be and fill those shoes, ultimately as believers, we have to remember that God's justice is different than ours, that He is in control, and that we have to trust in His wisdom, not only for justice and vengeance in the future, but also that the best thing for us to do is to come to terms with what forgiveness looks like in our own lives now, even if we never get to see the vengeance that we feel like someone else deserves. That's it for Thursday's download. It is an awesome week to check out the Reverend and the Reprobate podcast, which is my show, as our producer Camden watches Star Wars The Force Awakens Episode 7 for the very first time and gives us his review. And as always, it comes with a scale that's a little unexpected. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, like our Facebook group so that you can stay up to date on all the nerdy news from your favorite fandoms. For Christian Nerd HQ, I'm Lucas Pinkert. Peace and blessings.